Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're doing a recap and review of Married at First Sight Season 12, The Reunion Part 1. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash that like button and drop a comment down in the comment section below. So, we watched these 10 couples in Atlanta get married to strangers on the show. 2 couples got a divorce while 3 stayed together, but their journeys didn't end there. In fact, it looks like things have just really begun for most. Now, Kevin Frazier, as usual, is joined by the couples to discuss their current relationships, and they reveal their plans for the future. Some of them deal with things from the past. And so we're about to dive into all of the juicy details. So let's go. So first up is our couple, Eric and Virginia. Now, when it comes to this couple, of course, there's been plenty of ups and downs throughout their marriage. But the couple is sticking together for now as they reveal that Virginia is now living with Eric in his condo. And despite previous concerns about her animals and his allergies, they're making do with all being under one roof. While, the couple do admit that, it's not everything being perfect, but they are very happy in their marriage. We also have Eric's mother joins the pair for the reunion, revealing how much she's grown to love her new daughter-in-law, Virginia. But the marriage also almost didn't happen because days before the wedding, Virginia received a false positive COVID test. And, we didn't get to see that footage. But, thankfully it was a false alarm, giving Eric and Virginia a chance to continue growing in their relationship. Now, a lot of people thought that the whole, Virginia and Eric thing was pretty much going to be a train wreck. But, love is a commitment. You got to work through things. And as we saw, throughout their ups and downs, they thrived. For anybody who doubted their love and their relationship, they are still married. And Virginia actually, as I mentioned, she moved into the condo with the animals, Now, there was some interesting information with regards to Virginia claiming that her drinking and going out with friends was never an issue. But I know a lot of what we've seen is Eric, kind of complaining about that pretty much almost the entire season. But thankfully, they did watch the episodes and were able to, give some self-reflection and continue to work on, the things that's going on in their marriage. And marriage is work. Love, marriage and everything that comes along with it. You have to work together and create a common goal for, both of them to, move forward. And, pretty much all in all, they seem to be doing very well right now. And again, even Eric's mother, Virginia's mother-in-law, is gushing about her new daughter-in-law. So, I've been following them on Instagram, and they seem to be doing well. There was some, drama that tried to emerge a couple days ago that somebody saw Virginia somewhere come out that it seems not to be true, and I know that her and Eric have been, putting that information out to dispel rumors about things because it was about to go crazy on social media. I saw the other platforms where, pretty much they was like, yeah, see, I told you so. But it was a false alarm. So sometimes, don't jump on the first thing you hear. Kind of let people speak for themselves, and they pretty much dispelled that. She's wearing her wedding ring. She got a new ring for Valentine's Day because she didn't really like the one that they gave them on the wedding day. And I'm shocked from Married at First Sight. Why not? If you're not going to give a big fancy ring, how about just a little band with a diamond on it or something? I don't know. Just me. And that's probably why Woody ended up giving Amani a brand new ring that was nice and cute and pretty. But all in all, this couple seem to be doing very well. I'm excited to continue to follow them and watch them. Because with me, you know me, I like to watch the cast members after the cameras go away. Because I like to see them in their own element. So we'll see what happens with Mr. Pilot Eric and Miss Virginia. So next up, we have Mr. and Mrs. Oubre. As for Clara and Ryan, where we last left off with them is that they also decided to stay married, and they are still married. They shared with Kevin that they have moved into Ryan's house, and they're doing a pretty good job of blending their lives together. Now, without all of the cameras in their lives, Clara and Ryan are now enjoying marriage, as she reveals that they're even planning to get remarried so they can have a bigger celebration with friends and family, which I think is so cool. Now, while there are, no plans for any kids right now or quite yet, religion still seems to be a pretty interesting topic for the two of them. Clara's fear of being loved has disappeared as she acknowledged the strength of her and Ryan's relationship. Now, after Kevin asked Ryan, especially since he was hesitant about saying I love you, he actually finally breaks down and says those 3 words, I love you, to Clara during the reunion. And, even with the progress that they've made, the pair will still not reveal any information about their sex life. But Ryan does deny he is a virgin, following Dr. Viviana's speculation earlier this season. So he definitely dispelled that one. Now, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on these two as well. I do follow them on Instagram as well. They have definitely been posting a lot of fun things with each other. And I'm going to link one of the videos I did with them, because between him and Clara and even Mishka, which is Clara's dog, these 3 have been having a lot of fun together. And I mean, even though throughout the season, they were trying to convince everyone that their relationship was perfect, despite, of course, some pretty obvious issues, despite a lot of the naysayers out there, they are definitely still married. And you guys got to check them out because they are so hilarious. Now, I know when he told her, those 3 magic words, Clara has been waiting for this, and I know she has been super excited. And of course, she definitely refused to answer the whole sexual question, as well as I stated before. Did they look comfortable together? I think so. Some other folks maybe thought they looked extremely uncomfortable. I didn't think so. I guess because I'm used to seeing them outside of the cameras, on, Instagram, playing with each other, playing with the dog, doing fun stuff. It didn't really faze me, their interaction on the reunion. But she's definitely smiling ear to ear, as usual. That girl got a big smile. But, he's definitely been putting in some extra effort. And that mustache is so funny. Every time I saw him on Unfiltered, he would have the corners of his mustache pointed up. I said, Ryan, that's his own style. Hey, do you? But, they decided again to renew their vows and celebrate with all their friends and family. So hopefully we'll get some pictures of that and see the whole big, extravaganza of their second wedding outside of what they did on the show. So I'm definitely look forward to see what's going to happen with Mr. and Mrs. Oubre. Okay, next up is the Moraleses, and that is Mr. Vincent and Brianna. And of course, they're still together. And they now live in his apartment where they are tackling the challenges of combining their possessions all into one space. So they're trying to get everything fit in together with her stuff and his stuff. But the move is definitely teaching Brianna a lot about compromise as she and, her husband look to their future and living together. Now, they do plan to purchase a condo in the Dominican Republic, and they are definitely very eager to travel and embark on many new adventures together. So as soon as this, with the pandemic and everything kind of, stabilizes and everything starts to open up, they're definitely looking forward to doing some of that stuff. As for their experience on the show, now Vincent admit that there are occasions when he could have had a better reaction and reveals that his anxiety was a driving force behind his less than enthusiastic approach, to less familiar activities like the horseback riding and dancing. Now, one thing that, I wasn't shocked. Just to be honest, I was not shocked that they, of course, were still married and still together. They're the seasoned sweethearts. It looked like there's one every season, right? But they're definitely still happily married. I also follow them on Instagram as well, and they've been just doing them, and it's happy to see. Again, they had some growing pains early on, but they definitely learned to compromise, especially now that they're living together and in a smaller space. Now the conversation of kids came up, but they're talking about kids in the future. And, hopefully, as Vincent reflected on the season with everything and his anxiety throughout the season, and how he felt that he kind of overacted at times, as he mentioned on the show, that, it would kind of change his perspective on everything. But they are so comfortable together. I'll also link into this video, so look out for that. They're having some fun times with Cookie. Cookie is Brianna's dog, and I think Vincent treats Cookie like his baby. So they're doing fine. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have going on and coming up in the future. I know it's got to be a lot of good stuff. And also, this couple is going to be on Couples Cam, which starts next month in June. And also Eric and Virginia is going to be on Couples Cam. I think with Ryan and Clara, they declined. I do know she is working with the airlines. So that's probably, I don't know if there's time constrictions, but I think Eric's a pilot too. But hey, each decision relies on each person. It's their own choice. So Ryan and, of course, Clara opted out. But the other two couples, we will be seeing them coming up on Couples Cam next month. So look out for that. But yeah, I'm definitely looking for big things to come with both Brianna and Vincent Morales. Okay, so the reunion ends pretty much with a bang as Chris and Paige, it's their turn. And we see Chris admits that he was terrible during the season and repents for his actions. Paige says that she regrets having sex with Chris and is still upset how things went down between them. And according to Chris, he and Paige sought counseling after decision day to try to give it a try and repair their relationship or their, marriage, but it was damaged and it just didn't work. Now, of course, we can't forget about them. I mean, with what happened with the season, it was pretty much an emotional roller coaster. We saw what happened on decision day. Ultimately, they decided to get a divorce. But again, they went through the marriage counseling for a little while. Now, even though, Chris admits that they are no longer together because he said that is too immature. Then we see them production throw a clip in playing Chris speaking about how he isn't attracted to Paige's face. And his response, he apologizes profusely while, of course, Paige is sitting uncomfortable, and I mean, you can tell it was an awkward situation. Now, we do also see that Chris is questioned about his relationship with his ex Mercedes. He refuses to go into detail or reveal whether, she still has the car or whatever that he bought. Paige confesses that she questioned whether she was even pregnant. She never saw any proof throughout their marriage. And I know there's a lot of other people that was questioning this as well, but of course, there have been information provided, especially by Mercedes, of her having a miscarriage. So that information was put out there. Things also got interesting because Chris, ex-pastor friend, comes out to give his perspective. Now, Chris is definitely still upset that he reached out to Paige to discuss and talk about him behind his back on camera. And, I've been seeing the comments on both sides of this thing where some folks was like, what's wrong with counseling? And then the other is you don't go behind, someone's back, especially if it's your friend, to talk to their spouse. And so he felt disrespected. Now, there is a video which I'll link also in this video. So it's a lot of links at the end. So just stay tuned for that. But he does go into detail live yesterday about how he was blindsided about the fact that I guess the production told him originally they wasn't going to bring him on, and they ended up blindsiding. They brought him on. I don't know. I'll let him speak for himself. You'll see what I'm talking about in regards to why, it's a lot of issues around this whole thing. But the thing is that, of course, Chris gets upset. There is a shouting match that ensues. Chris, of course, runs out and goes to, the parking lot and challenged him to come outside. And then, of course, he storms off. So, I mean, it was a very, very explosive scenario with this whole thing. And the thing is, for the most part, even though Chris and Paige, when they were alone, they were definitely trying to hash out and explain their journey during the show, after the show. But it was pretty much peaceful between the two of them. I mean, there was a little bit of awkwardness about talking about certain subjects, like their sex life during the marriage, and then also the ex. But for the most part, they had pretty much, were going to be pretty civil to each other. And especially the fact of, her speaking for herself and choosing herself. And then at the same time, of course, Chris apologizing to her. I think he also mentioned he apologized to her family. One of the things that he mentioned is about the fact that they entrusted their daughter with this man. And, he, felt that he needed to, give that repentance, as they would say, in regards to everything that has happened. But them bringing on the pastor, that whole thing, I don't, it's a reality TV show. I'm wondering, did they bring it on for drama? I don't know. Most definitely, I would like to see what the ratings came out to be for yesterday. Because I know last week for Decision Day, it was 1.6 million views, I think. So I'm curious to find out, what this all turned out yesterday for part one. Now, I do find it interesting, and let me know, guys, if there are any guys that are listening to this. It seems that plaited suits are the style, because look like both Chris and Pastor Dwight has a similar style of suit going on last night. So they're both wearing plaid. And it seems like Chris, he has a lot of plaid suits, because we've seen all the different colors of suits. I think Decision Day he wore a solid black suit, and I think at the evening of the after party last week he had on black. It was solid color. But I'm noticing that, plaid must be in for the suits right now, and the little brooch. I see the Pastor Dwight has one on as well. So guys, if you are listening to this channel, let me know, because it seems like it's pretty common. But anywho, yeah, so he was definitely very upset. I kind of would like to know what his thoughts was after seeing, everything last night. He does divulge into it a little bit in the live that he did yesterday. Again, I'll let you guys see that. But Paige looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the color on her. That dress was beautiful on her. Fits are, very nice. She looks gorgeous. So, only thing I can say, because as you guys know, I'm not the judgmental type here. I'm the objective type. They got to learn from whatever or wherever they go from here. Whatever, lessons that she needs to learn from this, whatever lessons he needs to learn from this. Everybody involved, and that includes Jacob and Haley, which I think we're going to see more of them in part 2. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But, there's definitely, as much as they was going back and forth with each other, trying to make this work, going to counseling after the season was over, that's going to be interesting. So we'll just have to wait and see what direction both these young people take, and where they go from here. I wish them the best. I know that, Chris is in counseling. I don't know at this point what Paige is doing in regards to that, but I'm going to keep out an eye on both of them, and I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so before we go, let's talk about this little ladies talk that happened. In a brief break from the whole conversation with the couples, the women of season 12 get together for a discussion with Kevin, revealing that they traveled together since Decision Day for a little girls' trip, and that they're, of course, each other's biggest cheerleaders. Now, a little bit more serious note, Haley offers insight into her and Jacob's failed marriage, saying that their connection fizzled out after they became, physical on the honeymoon, which... a lot of speculation around that. Meanwhile, the women who are still in relationships all agree that their alone time is crucial for the marriage, which isn't a problem for Paige, of course, who's no longer with Chris. She tells Kevin that it was uncomfortable to watch her marriage fail, but that sometimes you have to choose yourself. And then, of course, their chat ends on a more positive note when Clara reveals that Ryan finally said, "I love you," to her during their session with Kevin earlier. So I am excited for the ladies here. I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming up next for them. And that includes Haley. And we'll see a lot what's going on with her. And, of course, Jake next week. Okay, so let's do our post notification shout out. If you want to be shouted out, drop a comment down below. I will see you and shout you out. So the first one goes to Ginger Jackson. Thank you so much for engaging the channel. I really appreciate your comment. And then next we have Mary Miles. Thank you as well for your comment. I really appreciate it. And thanks for engaging in the channel and watching the videos. And then last but not least, Pollyanna Principal. Thank you as well for your engagement in the channel. So until next week, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon.